you shouldn't be, doing 5% in one day. You shouldn't be doing that at all. And if anyone is doing that, then they're clearly gambling, right?
Yeah.
So
shout out Nico. Yeah, 4% a day.
I'm risking like 0.25% to 0.5%, and I think that's a more systematic approach. And like I said, I'm a conservative trader, so I'm probably taking like 1 to 3 trades a week. And everyone, like I said, everyone in Usman's group and my own group can vouch for that. Like there's been times where I've literally waited like 2 weeks for a setup, and if that setup was to fail, I wouldn't be upset at all, because I know that I've followed my whole trading plan. I've done everything I possibly can, and I think that's the best way to go about trading. And it used to really bother me when I'd go to bed in drawdown, right? So say I've taken like 2 trades of the day, I'm like, I don't know, 1% down. It used to really bother me going to sleep knowing that I've lost, because it feels like I've lost for the day. Like no one wants to go to bed feeling like a loser, right?
No.
I would then do everything I can to try and get myself out of drawdown, right? And then
before the day's over.
Of course, yeah, because you want to go to bed in a good mood, right? No one wants to go to bed pissed off, right? So I would always try and find a trade to get me out of drawdown. And when you start to chase your losses, you just incur more losses. And that's probably one of the best advice someone's ever given me.
Yeah. If you're trying to pull yourself out of the hole, but then you're breaking all your rules, you're never gonna get.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get out of it. So 0.25 to 0.5% per day that you're trying to risk. So what has been like risk reward wise, right? Have you been trying to hit like 1 to 2, 1 to 3? What is the?
So my win rate's probably like 40%. I'm getting like 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s. So my risk to reward's really high. And then I always look for a scaling as well. And obviously with the scalings, the risk to reward's even crazier, right? Because you're going down on the lower time frame. So that's the key to passing the challenges. I can literally pass a challenge in like 2-3 trades just because of how nice my risk to reward is. You're
trying to shoot for high risk reward.
That's right, yeah. So I'm going for a high risk to reward, but when I'm actually funded, it's a little bit different, right? Because when you first get funded, you have to approach it differently, right? Because you want your refund. That's the main goal. You don't care about the payout. You just want your money back, right? So anything from 1 to 2%, I'm taking the refund. I'm waiting for my payout, and I think that's where a lot of people are going wrong. They're aiming for like crazy payouts. Like fair play to you guys if you are getting these payouts, but for me, it's never worked for me. And anytime I have tried to go for a crazy payout, like a couple of years ago, it's never worked, because I'd be constantly looking at my phone. I've got like 50 lots in, and I'm just like constantly looking at my phone. I'm batting demons in my head. But the way I've approached it now is so much better. It's just a much calmer approach.
Yeah. What's the highest lot size that you've dropped on like a funded account?
So obviously, like I said, when you scale and you go down to a lower time frame. So my risk reward's really high. So my stop loss would be quite tight. So I think I've had about like maybe 30 lots on a funded.
And so you had like a 10 pip stop loss or something?
Yeah, so like 5 pip stop loss, like 4 pip stop loss. But I said, my risk rewards are extremely high. So if it was a 30 lot size, I'm only risking like 0.5% of my account just because of how tight my stop loss is.
Right, like if you have a $100,000 account and then you're risking 30 lots and your lot sizes or your stop loss is 4 points,
like 3 pips or 4
pips, you could potentially lose like I don't know, $1,000 or $500.
And then there's people like I'll still get haters to this day, right? And there's people saying, like I take a screenshot of my trade if it's a winner or loser, and they'll be like, well, you've put 30 lots down. It's like, well, yeah, it's still 0.5% of my capital, right? So it may look big, but it's still my trade.
They're like, oh, you're dropping 30 lots for 10 points.
Yeah. It's like everyone looks at the lot size. No one actually looks on the proper correct risk management and trading. And you could be a great trader, but if your risk management's bad, then you're going to fail.
So what tools do you use on the charts?
So I'm just the only indicator I actually use is a Fibonacci tool. That's the only thing I use. But I'm simply just trading price action. I do supply and demand. So I'm just looking for like liquidity, then waiting it for it to tap into my supply or demand zone, and then I'll just either set a sell limit. And like I said, I'm always doing my homework like on a Sunday, like a Saturday or a Sunday night, putting my alerts in, and then I'll never trade Monday, so it'll be Tuesday, and then once my alert goes off.
Why don't you trade Monday?
Just because it's never worked for me, right? Because like I said earlier, I journal a lot, and I've always found that on a Monday, my trade never ever wins. If it does, then it's rare.
Yeah,
but really? I don't like to trade Mondays. And again, I'm not saying don't trade Mondays. It's just it's never benefited me, so I don't trade Mondays. But yeah, so I'm literally just putting like buy and sell limits, and like I said, I'm not waiting. If it triggers, it triggers. If it loses, it loses. If it wins, it wins. I just want to, get it triggered in the trade and then carry on about my day. Like I don't want to be sitting watching my phone or being on a laptop all day, because no one like. I'm trading to make money, right? I'm not trading to look at these weird candlestick patterns. Like if you do like looking at all these candlestick patterns all day, then there's something wrong with it, right? So the end goal is obviously to make money, and you want to be doing it as quickly as possible and not be, using your whole energy and your whole day to be trading. So I'll just be setting buy and sell limits, and then, like I said, carrying on about my day.
Are you right now working like a job? Or
so I'm doing a little bit of recruitment. It's not full time, but like I said, the trading's going well, and obviously I've got my own group that's going well. But
recruitment for what?
So I work for a recruitment company. Like I said, it's not full time; it's just part time at the moment. But it's like a 0-hour contract. So they're looking to find, like, it's like I'm trying to sell sales jobs, right? And it's like field sales. It's like jobs that no one wants to do. So it's hard to find. Hard to find these jobs. Like where you have to like knock on the door and like sell like random stuff, right?
Oh, no one wants to do that.
Exactly. So it's hard. It's a hard job to do. But yeah, I'm primarily focusing on trading at the minute. Like that's all I want to do, and obviously build a strong community.